Podcasting from Woodstock, Georgia, welcome to Soul Solutions, a show where we overcome our fears and our limiting beliefs. I'm your host, author, and certified life coach, Terry Kozlowski. Episode 23. To be a better person, believe in yourself. When we believe in ourselves, it unleashes our full potential. Many of us have self-confidence issues, so believing in ourselves is difficult. For years, I needed others' approval to make me feel good about myself, but that only lasted for a short period of time and often left me feeling horrible later. But learning to reframe the stories I told myself, adjusting my self-talk, and understanding that the past is not an indication of the future allowed me to gain the confidence I needed to believe in myself. This modification of my thoughts allowed me to see myself as a better person than my ego said I was. Acceptance of how our life is currently is necessary for us to change it. We make peace with where we are and what brought us to this place in our journey. Fighting or resisting what is causes us to suffer needlessly. Only through acceptance can we change. We all want to be better than we are, but why do we think negatively about ourselves? Through our domestication as we grew up and others' conditioning, we have learned to doubt ourselves. Then the ego replays our mistakes and our missteps over and over in our minds, but it doesn't seem to remember any of the times we did well or had a success. So we need to unlearn these bad behaviors and retrain ourselves to transcend our fearful mindset and live the life we dream of having. Self-doubt is feeling helpless to help oneself. When we have low self-esteem, self-confidence, and unbelief in ourselves, we feel that we will fail no matter what we try to do. Successful people are determined to make the circumstances work out for them instead of playing the victim. When we have a victim mentality, we have given our power away. We are blaming others for our situation. We are comparing ourselves with others. We aren't taking responsibility for the role and the choices we made that brought us to this place. The egoic mind is lazy and likes to shift the focus away from ourselves onto others instead of getting its hands dirty by doing the work needed to overcome the obstacles. So why do we allow our egoic minds to keep us living a mediocre life when we want more? I'm not saying that we are lazy, but the ego is. The ego doesn't want to work and will make excuses and lies as to why we shouldn't bother to put in the effort. The lies it uses are the harmful self-talk about the past failures we've had to tear down our self-confidence, so we don't believe we should move forward towards our dreams. The egoic mind does such a good job that it depresses us about our past, makes us anxious about our future, and unable to help ourselves. We are stuck with a life we don't like, believing we have no power to change it. Believe in the possibilities. The first step in becoming a better version of ourselves is to believe it is possible, and it is a learnable skill. We know humans respond based on previous experiences and what our brains expect to happen. In that case, if we anticipate adverse outcomes, that will be what we get, the law of attraction at work. Our minds are so powerful, it delivers to us what we think through the power of expectation. So the belief of living a life we dream of has to begin with our own ability to imagine our reality being as we desire. This law is why we must have a positive attitude and a growth mindset. It comes down to the simple ability to choose what we expect the outcome to be. When we've had a negative experience, the egoic mind replays them for us as a reminder of things it wants to avoid. It uses the same memories to keep our self-confidence down. It thinks by reminding us of these times, we will prevent similar outcomes. But that idea backfires. Instead, our minds believe that the past does indicate our future, so it does nothing. But since we can alter our perceptions and change our outlooks, we can consciously choose to believe that we can have the life we want. Understand that all of our abilities arise from within. So does our self-confidence. Outside forces cannot make us believe in ourselves. Only we can. Our belief creates infinite possibilities. What it means to believe in ourselves. Acceptance of who we authentically are is the underlying condition that needs to occur for us to believe in ourselves. That means we learn to love those things about ourselves that are unique. It means that we are accepting of those parts of ourselves that differ from others. It means we even love those parts of ourselves that we think we don't like. To be a better person, we have to love ourselves, which allows us to believe that we, with our soulful connection to spirit, are the force behind our success. This understanding is what it means to retake our power. Personal power is the understanding that we can overcome the obstacles in our lives. It doesn't mean that we are always successful, but that we find our inner strength. As we gain self-confidence, reclaim our power, and live each day with strength, we accept our life's journey with joy and peace. We also recognize the challenges we face brings new skills, new comprehension, and more significant potential. Believing in ourselves means we learn from our experiences, both positive and negative. When we know we've taken a misstep, our brains automatically want to improve our performance, which is accomplished more quickly in the next scenario. So believing in ourselves is a psychological process that affects our brain's connections, allowing us to handle mistakes with grace because we know we will learn from the experience and grow. How to build our self-confidence. The first step to any change is awareness. We need to recognize that it is up to us to gain self-confidence and believe in ourselves. We need to examine the beliefs we have that limit our growth. Once we are aware, we are to alter our current perception. We do this by reframing the stories we tell ourselves. When we look for the lesson in a negative experience, we alter our viewpoint, which allows us to see a positive from the event. This reframing reminds our ego that we could glean a lesson despite the undesirable incident, which means growth can occur. Self-respect is a requirement for us to believe in ourselves. We show respect for ourselves by having personal boundaries with others so we don't feel like others take advantage of us. Our self-talk reflects how we feel about ourselves. Are we lovingly talking to ourselves like we would a close friend, or are we demeaning and abusive in our self-talk? Suppose our inner monologue we have with ourselves is harmful. In that case, we need to change it immediately so we are not continually beating down our self-confidence. Take action to build self-confidence. We need to face our egoic fears. To overcome anything requires action on our part. We must take the risk and show the egoic mind what we can accomplish when our heart's vision aligns with spirit. Taking steps towards our goals, even if we misstep, allows us to build our confidence and believe in our abilities. Visualizing our success. When we meditate, journal, and visualize the outcomes we want to have, we let the universe know what we desire to achieve. This practice also inspires us to take action necessary to move us forward. As we take part more in life, we experience more, which allows us ample opportunities to succeed and believe in ourselves. Becoming a better person establishes a better mindset, which means asking ourselves what we want. What kind of person are we? Who is our tribe? Those we authentically connect with that encourages and inspires us to take risks towards our dreams. How are we using our talents to help serve others and our communities? Creating a vision board is a great way to put down in a visual format what we want our life to look like as we begin to manifest our dreams into our reality. We will begin to see opportunities arise. We will have the courage to act because we have the self-confidence to realize and expect successful outcomes. Visualization allows us to keep going despite any obstacles we encounter because we know where we are going. We know the end result, the dream in which we believe. We will no longer react to the issues. We will confidently respond in a way that allows us to keep moving forward with the resilience of spirit. The secret to facing obstacles. Along our journey in life, we will come up against barriers which we need to overcome. The primary reason we allow these hurdles to keep us stuck is fear. Fear of what? Fear of failure, fear of looking bad, fear of succeeding, fear of doing the wrong thing, fear of believing in ourselves. To overcome fear, we must take action. Any action. Action is movement. Any effort is progress, even if the action doesn't work out as planned. Why? Because even a misstep has a lesson for us, and any lesson we learn makes us a better person when we apply it to the next action we take. This action is the secret to facing obstacles and our fear. Our actions, even miscalculations, build our belief in ourselves. It gives us ammunition against the egoic mind by giving us lessons and achievements to show we are better than we were. We recognize our growth and our self-assurance improves for the next part of our journey. As we develop a pattern of success and growth patterns, we enable ourselves to trust our inner knowing, our intuition. The part of us always connected to spirit matures, so we trust our soul's inner whispers as we decide our next steps. Moving forward by believing in ourselves. Elon Musk has had great successes and some massive failures, but he never gives up. He believes that he and his companies will accomplish what he sets out to do. He believes in himself, in his leadership, and those who work with him. If he didn't believe in himself, he wouldn't keep going. Despite what the world sees as failures, he sees as lessons, opportunities, and experiences needed to move forward towards the vision and goals he has, because he believes the path to innovation includes failures. We can all believe in ourselves the same way as Elon Musk believes in himself. We need all of our missteps before we can make a breakthrough. Every time we fail, we will arise again because we're passionate about getting to where we want to go. The ability to learn from the experiences we have makes us a better person. Our belief creates the vision and the dream. Our dream came from within, from our hearts, the soulful connection to spirit. Our ability to believe will allow us to fulfill the dream. If we believe in ourselves, we'll be a better person and fulfill the vision we have for our lives. Do you need support to help you become a better person and believe in yourself? Do you want a strategy to help overcome your ego's limiting beliefs and live a successful life? If so, please reach out to me at terrykozlowski.com and we can put together an action plan for you to create the life you desire. Thanks for listening to Soul Solutions with Terry Kozlowski. If you'd like the show and want to learn more, check out terrykozlowski.com where you can find the links to everything we talked about in this episode. Please subscribe to the show so you'll never miss an episode as we overcome our fears and our limiting beliefs.